This is Star Wars treatment. I mean, Marvel. Hello there, thank you for clicking on this video. So now that I rewatched the final of WandaVision, I wanted to do a proper review because I think the series really deserve it. So if you want to hear the opinion of someone who has no idea about Marvel lore or has never read a Marvel comics, then you're in the right place. So when the show first started, I was so interested in it. It was something so different from what we have seen from Marvel. Every movie is big and colorful and loud, and something happens every second. But the first three episodes of WandaVision were kind of slow and nothing really happened. And despite that, I really enjoyed it because it was something very different and I really liked the different approach. But as we all know, the final was rather disappointing. So let's talk about what happened in the show in general. If you don't want to hear that again, then skip to this minute. So the first three episodes, nothing big really happens. Wanda and Vision are just living their lives, enjoying having a normal life, and it was really exciting for me to see that because, as I said, we've never seen something like that. But later in episode 4, it is revealed that they're living in a sphere called, I guess, the Hex, where they're in kind of a parallel universe and everything is being broadcasted on the TV. And it was something so weird, but again, it was still something different from the normal Marvel things. So it was still like, wow, okay, what's happening, who is controlling it. So in episode 5, Vision starts to suspect that something is going on, and we already know that Wanda is pretty aware of what's going on, but she's keeping it a secret. And in episode 5, we see the comeback of Pietro Maximoff, but not the Pietro that we know from Ultron. It is the Pietro from X-Men, and this was very exciting for many people. For me personally, it was a big like whoa moment, but it wasn't like, oh gosh, I'm so excited about that. I love the X-Men, but it wasn't, I don't know, I just didn't feel like wow, you know. So in episode 6, everything felt super cartoony, and I didn't really like how Pietro was behaving. He was a bit over exaggerated, which I guess is in tune with the whole episode, but still it was a bit too weird, I would say. And then we also learned that Wanda is actually controlling the Hex because she expands it so she can save Vision. In episode 7, two big things happen. We get the reveal of Agatha Harkness, who is pretending to be the nosy neighbor Agnes. And I know many people knew that this was Agatha Harkness. I didn't know that. I have no idea who Agatha Harkness is, but it was a somehow good reveal, I would say. But yeah, many people, I guess, who are Marvel fans, they already knew about that, so I guess it wasn't that exciting for them. So in episode 8, by far for me the best episode, we see them going to the past and figuring out how Wanda got her powers. So Wanda, I guess, is a natural witch. She didn't really get her powers from the stone, really made her more powerful, which is, I guess, cool. And obviously we have the whole Agatha Harkness being mean and evil and very witchy, which was a bit exaggerated in my opinion. But I also like the Salem story. I really like that they stayed on Earth. So that was a cool thing. And in episode 9, obviously we get the big Vision versus Vision, Agatha versus Wanda, and the Pietro boner joke. Really? You introduced Pietro from the X-Men so you can make a boner joke? I mean, we can still have a plot twist maybe in Doctor Strange, but still, it was just stupid. Nothing big happened. So let's talk about what I liked and what I didn't like about the series. So let's talk about the negatives. So when my mom and I finished watching the final, my mom turned to me and she was like, so it ended as it started? Literally nothing of importance happened. And I was like, yeah, but Doctor Strange, I explained all the things. And she's like, yeah, but still, we watched 9 episodes for nothing. And I mean, I agree with that. nothing really happened. It was just for Wanda to become her true version, I guess. But despite that, I did feel like it was all for nothing. The other thing that I didn't like was the episodes were way too short. I really do not understand why they didn't have longer episodes, or at least 11 episodes or 12 episodes. I really think they had something special and unique with WandaVision, but by having literally 20-minute episodes, you ruined it, in my opinion. And also the introduction of Pietro, as I already said, was just wasted, in my opinion. I mean, he was very cartoony and very like, come on, man. I don't. It was a bit like, wow, really. Also, you have Monica Rambeau, who now has powers, and I guess the show was a setup for Captain Marvel 2. I didn't see Captain Marvel 1, and I'm not going to watch Captain Marvel 2 because, first of all, I don't care about Captain Marvel, and second of all, I really hate the whole way of thinking that just because a movie has a woman in it, that female audience is now immediately going to go and watch it and cheer for it. No, just make a good character and we watch it, but don't just tell me, hey, now you have a woman superhero. Now this is something for you, because I guess Captain America and Iron Man weren't for me. I guess I'm so stupid that I only identify with people that look exactly like me. No, sorry. The other thing that I didn't like was in actually the best episode, in my opinion, was when Wanda was with her family and the mom said something in Zukovian, which is basically an Eastern European language, and I think Wanda said, no, only English, and the mom was like, oh, sorry, but we're still getting rid of the last bits of Sokovian. No, not everything has to be Americanized, and not everybody wants to learn English and go to the Western world. And I just didn't like that at all. I hate that. Like in so many movies, it's like, oh, we're getting rid of our own language so we can get Americanized. No, that is so far from the real world. I know there are people who want to go to America. I wanted to go there, but now it's like a train wreck. So wait. But in general, yeah, maybe back in the day, but now it's like, calm down. Not everything has to be Americanized. The other thing I didn't like was Agatha, and she was way too cartoony and exaggerated. I did like that she was a proper witch, but I think it was a bit overplayed. And also, out of nowhere, Wanda knows how to draw runes, and out of nowhere, she knows that she's Scarlet Witch. It was a bit, I guess, rushed, and I feel like some things were missing from her whole story. So let's talk about the good things, because there's so many good things. First of all, the show looks fantastic. It looks great, beautiful. The visual effects, the music, everything was top notch. It looked better than The Mandalorian, in my opinion. It was amazing. I really like the story about Salem and the witches, that they're not some aliens or that they didn't get their powers from aliens, because in Marvel everything is about aliens, kinda. So I really like that they stayed on Earth, more or less. I really like the different approach that we saw in the first few episodes, that it wasn't rushed, that they took their time, and then after 2 or 3 episodes everything was like, we're doing everything at once, congrats. The other thing I like was the fact that the show was inspired by different sitcoms throughout the time. When they did Malcolm in the Middle, I love that, because this is one of my favorite shows ever. I grew up with it and I loved it, and I did like the story that they were watching old sitcoms. I did like that. I already said why I didn't like that specific thing from that scene, but I did like that they showed the family bonding over the sitcoms, because my family did the same. We will watch Malcolm in the Middle, The Nanny, 2.5 Men, Married with Children, and I relate to that. I do, I really do. It was a very sweet moment. And one of the highlights for me was the Vision versus Vision scene, because they were fighting and then out of nowhere Vision said, you know, I'm actually not Vision, and the other Vision was like, wait, what? And it was very on point with his character, because it's the same Vision. I really like that they just stopped fighting and then had a whole intellectual conversation. It was very cool. I really liked that. But in general, the show was good till it wasn't good. I do think that they took their time with the first few episodes, and then everything felt so rushed, and I feel like there's so many things unexplained. And I am aware that everything is leading to Doctor Strange and Captain Marvel, but I'm sorry, I couldn't care less. If you're going to give us so many Easter eggs and hints, and you're not going to give us anything, and you're going to make us wait 1 year. I do love Doctor Strange, but I feel like Wanda and Vision deserve their own story because WandaVision was great, and I think many people want to see their story continued. And in Doctor Strange, I think so many things are going to happen, and we're not going to have time for more Wanda and more Vision. So I do hope eventually that they will continue it, maybe again in a second season after the events of Doctor Strange. And also, I hate the fact that the creators or someone came out and basically blamed the fans for their high expectations and fan theories. This is Star Wars treatment. I mean, Marvel was very good with fans, and now out of nowhere, oh, you're to blame. I personally had no fan theories. I mean, I was expecting for Doctor Strange maybe to show up, but I wasn't disappointed that he wasn't there. I'm just disappointed that the story was all for nothing. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know down below, what did you think about WandaVision? Do you wish for a second season in 10 years? Are you excited for Doctor Strange? Are you satisfied with the final? Let me know down below. See you in the next video, and may the force be with, well, Marvel, I guess.